Uh, Good morning, class. We're going to finish up our maps and regions, kind of our geography unit, with a kind of an analysis of these maps. So, yesterday and the day before we did it, so we have a collection of maps here. We have the elevation map, we have the river map, we have precipitation, population density, and then natural resources. So we have five maps and we'll use them. So as I go to question one, it asks, use maps A, B, and D. Near which geographic features or landforms do you notice higher population? Okay, so we're looking for landforms. So if I got this one, this might be hard for some of you to see. Let me move uh, this out of the way here. This might be harder for some of you to see. So you can always go back. You might want to open a second window. But as I look at them, I can even go into present mode here and maybe make it a little larger for you. Okay, so these are the three maps that we're going to use for that first question. It says, which landform has people, basically? Landforms are geographic features. So the people, first thing we got to determine is the people live where this pink is. And I got this from the key. So over here is in the east. So if I look over here, this is where the people live. What do we notice about the rivers? Do they live near rivers or away from rivers? This is the area. Now I go over here. What about the landforms? Is it flat, which flat's down here, and rugged's up here? So the darker oranges are like mountainous, and the green is flat. So is the land a plain, a flat plain? Is it near rivers? And that's pretty much what you answer for that one. Okay. So in this, it says which one. So you'd say the area I see, the higher population density or where the people live is near flat or rugged terrain or near water or near dry areas. And then you say, why do you think people live near water? And so on and so forth. Okay. Second one, map A and B is the elevation map of Texas and the main rivers. So what is the question asking? It's asking, near which geographical features, landforms do you notice lower population? So it's kind of the opposite. So I just clicked the back arrow and I went back to this. So they want to know where the people don't live. So I may have to go back here, okay? And the people are, this is where the people don't live. So there's a few up in here and a few over here, but let's focus on the big part of land that is less than, this is like less than a person per square mile. So this area here, just outside of El Paso, is where people don't live. So if they don't live there, let's go back to question two. The geographical features, landforms I notice with low population density is on the west. So now we got to determine what is it about the west near El Paso. Well, we first look at, whoops, why did I do that? Whoops, now I went, okay. Let me go through these. And you can do it however. I have trouble sometimes with this Chromebook. But one thing I want to look at is where the people don't live, and it's over here. So what does it say about the terrain? Is it rugged or flat? And do they live near water or not? There's a little bit, but they have much more water over here. Okay. Then question three is going to ask us about rainfall and population density. So we're going to use both of these. So it asks, what geographical features have lower population density? So now we're going to look at this right here, which is the brown. I know it's a little hard to see, but this area is a lot of rain. And like I said, as you move west in Texas, the rule of thumb is less rain. Okay. And then you can always click on that. What I just did there was click on it to show you that if you're having trouble seeing it and you click on it, it'll come back to, it'll make it larger. Okay. So the question asks, let me go back to three. The question asks, do you notice anything different? Well, about the lower population. Well, the people don't live over here, and it doesn't look like they get much rain over here. So people tend to live where there's more rain. Now, you can get too much rain, and then that's different. But why do you think people don't live near rain? I mean, where it doesn't rain? Why do you think people live in areas that have a lot of rain? And this question's asking low population density. So the geographical features or landforms I notice lower population density is or are located where they get little rain. I think it's because maybe it's hard to grow crops with lower rain. Okay. Question 4 comes down to C and D. What pattern do you see between the amount of precipitation and population? So basically what we just answered there, but you put it in a complete sentence. I'm noticing that more people live over here. What does the precipitation tell you over here? And that'll answer your question. You're making a connection between those. And then right here is natural resources. The last question is, in what area do you see a large mix? Again, we see a large mix on this side or the eastern side near the water. Why do you think that is? Okay. And that is pretty much it. If you have any issues, just email me.